Stagnation, crypto warriors.
Champions. Okay.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what do we got? B1.
B1,
All
sir.
right. In there, like swimwear, ladies and gentlemen, we're in here. Yeah, I think we should definitely go back on that lighting. That lighting is
weak.
Yeah, the lighting is weak. Ladies and gentlemen, crypto warriors, stagnation. Welcome back to the channel. Okay.
Champions. We are in the house.
Yes. Happy Monday to you. And as always, man, we like to kick off everyone's week with just maximum energy. Positive vibes so you can go out there and conquer the world. Even though the wall is constantly diminishing. Okay.
Constantly attacking you.
Yeah. Even though you're constantly being robbed of your value, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. Double up.
Champion.
Take it away, sir.
Man, today we are going to talk about some serious facts that some people have just decided to accept. That, it's all right. I'm going to just go out there and work harder.
Hey, man, listen, they've decided that they're basic human beings. And if you've decided that you're just a basic human being, that is fine.
Maybe.
That is fine. Okay. We have a bridge somewhere in Africa we want to sell to you. Okay.
The African prince.
Yes. So you can come and keep doing basic things. Look at that. We have Tafon the Don in the house, man.
What?
The one and only. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar, Tafon is going to be having a fight on the 12th of August.
Yep.
UFC activity. He's going to be in there in the octagon getting the work done. So
smashing some faces.
Absolutely.
Like inflation.
I don't know, right? So be sure to check him out for sure on August the 12th. It is, right? And confirm that for me, Tafon the Don, if that's accurate. Now, double up. So speaking of this value, right?
Yes.
How are you feeling? Because we titled this one, this
Robbery.
is an ongoing robbery. So
Highway robbery.
We're still living through the robbery.
We all do it.
Okay.
Yo.
And as much as people might like to feel otherwise, right? And when we say robbery here, let's be clear what we're talking about. Say for example, yesterday on Saturday, we went to this electric show situation. Apparently electric is taking over the world, right?
Electrify USA.
And we were over at the Tesla booth.
That line was busy.
As many of you know, Double O is a Tesla fanatic.
Cybertruck, baby. Cybertruck.
Elon guy, Cybertruck, are you still waiting on a Cybertruck? Or are you ready to jump into something nice? You had the X over the weekend.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, while we were at the Tesla booth, one of the gentlemen there said, oh, I know you're a Bitcoin guy and stuff like that. And I was telling him, dude, I'm not a Bitcoin guy. Okay? Because you never come across someone and say, I know you're the dollar guy.
You're the fiat guy.
Exactly. I know you're the fiat guy, right? No, we all have fiat. And the fiat is constantly dropping in value. So it's not a Bitcoin guy kind of thing. Making money, preserving your value is not a Bitcoin guy thing. It's a human being thing. It's a self-respect kind of thing. Preserving your value and making sure that others don't rob it. Unless you've decided you want to just be this basic human being whose only purpose is to work and pay taxes to people who cannot even answer to you what they're doing with your taxes. And most interestingly, not preparing for the possibilities of what is coming up.
It's so bad that these folks are saying, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
And it's so okay that even AI is about to...
Yeah, AI is encouraging you to...
it's all right, man. I'll just take a job.
Yeah,
I don't care how hard you work.
Live on with the garbage that is your life right now. It will be all okay. Now, here's the thing. I'd like to... let's jump in here, right, and look at some facts, look at some numbers, because at the end of the day, this is really what it comes down to. And we want to be able to share this with everyone and get your take on it. Because we know that this is affecting everyone. It's not something that... we need
it's not a black or white thing, man.
Exactly. It's not a black or white thing. It's not something that we need to consult with everyone, right? So here we go. Let's look at some comments and then we'll jump right into the facts. How is that?
Let's do it.
So we have the recycling guy in the house. I love this name. It just feels clean. You know what I'm saying? He says, good morning, brothers. Spill some coffee on the ground for the wrecked homies. I wish I had coffee here.
Sorry.
Yes, I will spill some coffee on the ground for some wrecked homies.
Oh, man, talking about wrecked.
The liquidated brothers. Add myself in there.
Did you see that Tesla stock?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, man. That thing was touching 300. Now it's like 252 this morning.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, some people got wrecked on that bullish call.
Listen, man, that would have been a great time to get into a call and then
I
maybe take
pull.
a short
I take a shot right.
before, you know. Now, the other thing is XRP. Yeah, the other day, I told you the other day, someone was asking me if they should buy XRP. I did not give them financial advice, but I will say this: they have XRP right now, and they're not winning. That's for sure. Now they should have gotten that once it moved up. All right, but let's move on here. Let's push on. Let's push on. We have let's see. Yeah, so Tafon confirms that it is going to be on August 12th where he's having his fight.
Champions.
Right? BK Crypto in the house, boom, champion. Always up front and center. Love it, man. Absolutely incredible. We appreciate the support. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to L, Debnam L as well. It's always good to have you with us, champion. Right? Now, BK Crypto says they always call him a crypto guy or a Bitcoin guy as well. Listen, listen, man, it's okay.
You can find out when this will be the Bitcoin guy soon.
Listen, when people call you the Bitcoin guy, they do not realize that they need Bitcoin themselves in their lives.
They're getting robbed every
You know,
day.
exactly. Getting rocked 24/7 by the dollar. And of course, we have L Demnam L says to hell with AI. Listen, AI is one of those things that is out of control. And I think that is a double-edged sword. I think that the general public needs to look at AI in the same way that the elites look at it.
You can't work smarter or faster than AI. That's all I'm saying. They say work hard. Nope. Work smart. Nope. AI is taking everything.
But that's the thing. I don't think you should not be trying to work harder than AI. You should be trying to figure out how you can use AI to work hard for you. Weaponize it against the elite as they are doing it to you, is what I say.
Fight back.
Yes, fight back against them.
Don't just sit down there and get a whooping.
Incredible. Love it. All right, so let's push on here then, right? We're going to look at some details on some things that we've been looking at ourselves, and we figure we should share with you here. Now, we'll start over here with CNBC. We know that this is not mostly the most reliable source for news. Can you imagine that we're in a day that we have to say that before we read the CNBC article?
Talking about reliable source for news, we had a difficult time finding the most relevant data for today.
This is true.
During our preparation for today's show.
Yeah, internet is definitely getting reshuffled, man.
Yep.
You cannot find more recent information, as you will see with some of the stuff we're going to be showing you.
If BlackRock can wipe the internet of all their Bitcoin fraud.
Yes. So this article says, how much more expensive is life for you than it was for your parents, right? And we're looking at here like about, say, it says, if everything feels like it costs more than it did 10 years ago, is because it does. Okay, Captain Obvious. Okay, okay, but here's one thing to point out here. They said in 1971, tuition at Harvard University cost $2,600 annually. That was top level stuff right there. And so now we're looking at students have to now hard fork over $43,000 for tuition and more than $60,000 in total, including room, board, and fees. That makes the cost today almost 17 times as much as it was in 1971.
That was 2017, by the way.
That was in 2017.
So
right?
Imagine now.
Yes, it's definitely, I would definitely say
it's
cranked up some more. And on top of that, now they're probably doing this lazy thing where they're just offering classes online because of the whole lockdown situation.
They still pay more though.
Right. But I think we can all agree that the quality of education has not gone up 17 times. This is one of the robberies we're talking about. Being robbed of your quality of education. This is not to brag or to make anyone feel bad in any way. But I remember when I first came to this country in high school, right? I did not study for any of high school. That is because the level of education back home was so extreme that when I came here, I'm like, why do you have all these big kids studying dumb stuff?
You're a genius back
then.
That
is how I felt at the time. I felt like a genius because I never ever met my competition until I actually made it into college. Which at that point, I was like, this is ridiculous. It's pointless. And I went ahead and dropped that. Okay, but the bottom line is the quality of education has not improved. In fact, it has gotten worse. I think most of you would actually agree with me on that one. Moving on here, we're looking at, just to further drive home this point, double this chart here. What is this? Cost of education over time?
Yeah. And this is from Ohio Public University. So this are public schools. This are not even private schools, right?
Right.
And you're comparing your cost of education to your minimum wage. So they tell you now that work harder, go to school, take on more debt. but you realize that as you take on more debt, your income compared to the debt that you're taking on to get that income.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. The income that you're gonna get compared to the debt that you're gonna have to take to get that
Mm.
income does
I,
not
I
even match
think
up.
I think in the business world, mathematically, you call that a horrible return on investment. Just mathematically, it
And people are
does not
literally
work.
sitting down here saying it's okay that you're the Bitcoin guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, am
exactly,
I the Bitcoin? Like, do you realize what's happening to us every day right now?
exactly. Now check this out. I'm taking this sort of like a median house sort of deal, right?
Yep.
So new house, 1975, $48,000,
Mm-hmm.
1970, in 2015
Mm-hmm.
money, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you're looking at $209,000
2015.
for the
It's
same.
not even
Yeah, that's
2023.
2015 money, not even 23, right? So we see these massive increases in everything. Look at gas from 59 cents to $2 57
It's
cents.
$4.69 as of yesterday.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Does this, because I remember at one point in time there was this whole debacle about increasing the minimum wage, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does increasing the minimum wage matter if you're going to come back and fight this sort of inflation?
Cost of living.
Does it matter? You could be work. Let's say, okay, I think they were saying $15 an
$20.
hour at,
Yeah,
at
50.
McDonald's or something like
From
that. Fine.
$7.50. That's nothing.
Yeah. So let's say you're working at McDonald's and now you're at $15 an hour. Are you better off now with
Businesses
the
are gonna
inflation?
flip too. They're gonna transfer that and say, "Oh, we have to pay people more salary, so they're gonna increase their cost of goods and services."
Yeah.
So you're still not winning.
Listen, I don't see how this is not a robbery. And what is more alarming to me is that why is it that no one is outraged about this stuff? Sorry, wrong screen there. All right. It's really what is concerning to me there. At some point in time, and I think one of the reasons why a lot of people migrate to America
Mm-hmm.
is because in their country that they currently live in, right, they
Mm-hmm.
go through this phase. And I remember getting this same feeling back when I was back in Cameroon, right? Where you get to this point where there's an election, right? And then you start getting this sense of illegitimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Then the election comes out and you find out that it's the person that you expected to win that won. But it does not make sense that they won, right? And so various things start happening in your environment that are not so much conducive anymore. And so people start exiting the
Mm-hmm.
building.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. I don't think Americans know when to exit the building because they've never experienced a country that was in this
Destroyed internally.
destroyed, in a state of turmoil,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
It's always been the greatest nation, right? So now the question is, how can we expect Americans to know when to react when they're getting wrecked? Because it seems like we just have to wait to the end. Don't get me wrong, we're doing our part.
So wait to the end.
Yeah, we have to wait because we're doing our part to educate people, right? And we're always going to keep doing that. But it's also numbers, right?
Yeah.
Carry on.
So talking about carry on, right? This is
Yeah,
Alabama County in New York. This is going on in every state, in every county.
right.
And what people are not realizing is that the CPI data just came out. And they said, oh, by the way, it's now 3%. But how do you calculate the cost of living if you don't include taxes? Because if
Mm,
you think about it, taxes is our number one highest expense. Before you even get that money,
mm,
40 something percent of it, I'm not sure how much, what your pay bracket is, but at least 45% of that money is gone to taxes. State taxes, federal taxes, county taxes for those of us that are going through that piece of crap.
yeah.
And then now,
Property taxes.
yeah,
Then you pull up to the gas station and you still have to, or any store, you still have to pay for taxes there.
you got to pay for social security that you're never going to use,
Yeah.
and then you get that paycheck, right? And then that also get taxes on the house, on the food, on the gas. Like literally, guys, we are getting robbed. This is minus
Then you have to file taxes on your tax on your income that you've already earned. And if you take this earned income and use it to earn more income,
income.
you get tax
That's
on that again.
My friends, this is why
It has
Bitcoin.
to stop at
This
some
this
point.
is why Bitcoin was created.
It has to stop at some point. We cannot be the only ones who find this to be ridiculous. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of this. This is absolutely asinine. It's not freedom in any way, shape, or form. It's crazy. Okay, it's absolutely crazy. So Joyce drops like an interesting point there in the comment section. Let's go ahead. Dude, I'm laughing at the situation because it's just crazy that this is something that society accepts. It's crazy. You can get people to accept anything. And this is,
Just made the perfect point right there.
I don't think college is worth it anymore. Facts. Okay. There are more interest in
Interested.
spinning
Yep.
social issues than teaching what will help earn a living. Literally, bro. There's people right now that Instagram is their life. They think this is real life.
Congress,
Yes.
Instagram,
You know what I
one
mean?
minute videos,
It's
not teaching you
absolutely,
anything about nothing.
yeah, it's absolutely asinine. Nothing serious, which is what makes me wonder, how do kids in America think that they can truly compete? I just give an example of like how I came here and I did not study for any of
It
high
was too
school
easy, bro.
because,
I
you know
went
what I
through the
mean?
same thing.
Yeah,
I
because
was
I
like,
was
you guys
like,
just sent me back 2, 3 years.
yeah, I'm like, you guys, this is crazy. I'm just coasting, right? So in that situation, I have a different perspective on it, and I'm saying, how do kids in America, or how do people in America expect their kids to be competitive against anyone else in the world when everyone else in the world is not putting all these cushions and safety nets in place around your kids?
Bro, we just
You
asked the high
cannot
school.
compete.
We just asked the high school student this weekend, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And you said they want to play video games and play basketball.
Yeah, I think we should skip that one. Yes, Korean, yeah, we should definitely skip that one,
Oh,
right?
jeez.
But dude, this is just the reality of what we live in right now, and we do not think that this is reasonable in any way, shape, or form. So we just want to share this and be able to discuss it with everyone and get a sentiment, get a sense of what everyone else is feeling like in this situation.
Are you feeling the pen yet?
Are you feeling it? I don't think. Now we'll just do a quick rundown here. This is like a best case sort of scenario. We've taken a city here that is supposed to be is Amarillo, Texas, and Abilene, Texas. These
Mhm.
are some of the places that are supposed to be reasonably priced, or among some of the cheapest in America at
You
this
you
point in time.
you, you want to exit the system from one state to another, you still get screwed.
Yeah, you're still getting screwed, right? There's no way. So really, it's just about how much can you mitigate this robbery on your head. Um, of course, if you go on to something like a Bitcoin standard, I think that's where the game changes because the numbers do not lie.
Mm,
Bitcoin is crushing inflation. If you look at from when it
time.
started to where it's
Yep.
here, stake. If you're going from
Hey, man.
Abilene to Amarillo, okay, stake is up 10%.
Funny enough, to put steak up there, right? We're
Yeah.
not trying to go green here. Talk about eating leaves.
Oh,
Eat meat.
well, look, they're talking about going green, but these are the same people who are plowing down all the trees out in Texas to build apartments so that they can put people in a confined environment. So I don't see how that is green in any way. Anyway, but the good thing is ground beef is down 10% though.
It's ground beef.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Right. You have tuna up 10%.
So you
Right.
said I move an entire city to another city,
Yes.
and I'm still getting destroyed.
Hey, listen, as long as you're in America, you're gonna get destroyed. Right? We have eggs, we have bananas. Oh, better, let me not say as long as you're in America. As long as the American people do not stand up against this madness, right? We're going to keep getting destroyed. Because at the end of the day, I just want us to make it clear: America is still by far the greatest nation
Yep.
on earth that I'm aware of.
Infrastructure though
Yeah.
weak.
I mean, yeah, infrastructure is weak, but at the same time, too, I think the technology to up it is not really much of an issue. But
Yeah.
I think at the same time, to maintain this, right, we have to act differently because we've
We can
also
do better.
seen history shows that these patterns happen where a
Yep.
civilization rises and falls and so on and so
Mhm.
forth. So I think, and part of maintaining that, or at least getting a grip of this situation, I think it really comes down to individualism.
Mhm.
Each person being able to take this information and act differently with it.
I just noticed
Go ahead.
something.
What's that?
This could be a strategy to survive this robbery. You can come and take a look at this chart and say, "Hey, the price of beef has gone up. I
Right.
can buy ground beef." Oh, the price of banana has gone up. Maybe I buy another fruit to replace it.
Right.
So you could use that chart.
Why should you have to do that though? This is the greatest nation on earth. Okay, things should just be at the very least, fair to a certain extent, and then the rest of it should be your inputs to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve. See what I'm saying there? So I think that's it, man. I mean, I think we've driven the point home as much as we can here. Um, I think there is. We did not find a chart with Bitcoin versus everything, but I think we
Mhm.
should find out at some point,
Yep.
and that shows you the performance of Bitcoin over time. And I think there is something to be said for an asset, right? That just popped up in 2009, not really under full management of any specific person, sort of like how you would see Amazon or Google or let's say
Or
under, not
Twitter
under the
or Tesla.
control of a centralized
Authority.
entity or
Yeah.
group, right? Yet the downtime on this thing is still 99%. That is impressive in itself.
You keep forgetting to add the point nine.
Well,
Man, that
99.9. It's not it makes it sound like hand sanitizer when we put it that way. Right? But when we're talking about it getting hacked, right? Hacking is, this thing has been winning against hacking so far.
mhm. Social
Centralized government
attack.
control still winning so
Yep.
far,
Yep.
right? I cannot exactly sit here and say that we know what is going to happen to Bitcoin next, but I would say that we all have to consider and take into serious account its performance thus far in
Mhm.
every area, and it's still holding up. That has to add up or amount up to something.
Yeah, I
So
mean, at some point you gotta start thinking, what are the alternatives? Like literally, we're in a centralized system where we are not winning at all. We've showed you all the reasons why we're not winning.
yeah,
And some people, like we talk to our neighbors, some of them have just accepted it and they think that working two jobs is the way to win. I mean, at some point they tell you, oh, put your money in your Roth IRA, put your money in your 401k. You
yeah,
find out that even that, you gotta wait 65 years. Like literally, you gotta wait till you're old until you can't even do about to say shit no more, that you
I
can get your
mean,
money out,
you
but
already
it's
said it.
right. I know, right?
Yeah,
But right before you take that money out, the market crashes.
yeah.
You don't even control that.
The feds, you know what I mean? And it's interesting because every time a massive group of a generation is about to
Retire.
retire,
Yeah.
somehow they
Interest
cannot
rate got
retire because the money that they've been investing their whole life gets wrecked by
Mhm.
just a small group of people, like you say, increasing the interest rate. Or it could be inflation, and all of a sudden you can no longer afford to have that lifestyle that your 401k was promising you your whole life.
Talking about 401k, most people are
Yeah,
not even educated enough to know that even your 401k get taxed. Imagine you saved up this money all your year, all your
yeah,
life, and that even get taxed when it's time for you to take out. But
exactly.
then they say they give you the Roth IRA, which you don't have too much control over. They limit you to $6,500 that you can add to it every year.
Yeah,
But even that, you gotta wait till like you're 59 plus before you can touch that money. Who wants to be 70 years old before they can touch all the money they've been working on for all their lives?
yeah. You're planning to buy your Lambo at 70. Yeah, you can't get on the gas too hard, man. Your back will be thrown out of space. It's too much G forces. Double O, they say timeliness is close to godliness, man. We
Yes.
are on time, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. Okay, we just touch a few comments and close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, this one got me fired up. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? What would you like us to do some digging into and give you our perspective on it? We are all about it. Okay. Until next time, please be sure to look into Bitcoin. Okay, you don't have to buy it, but just go and read about Bitcoin.
Mhm.
Okay. Bigger Crypto says this is nuts, as well as stuff on the Don. This is a straight madness. We are living in straight madness. Okay. Good morning. Good morning to the Simon family as
Investment
well. All
ventures.
right.
Yep.
It's great to have you guys joining us here this morning. Okay. Lambo at 70. Funny. Don't do it. Your back is gonna be hurting.
Sure. Even the
All right.
Tesla will mess up your back.
Exactly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to subscribe to the Gentlemen of Crypto's channel as well as to our YouTube channel, which you see down below there. You can also follow us on Twitter, StackFin. Where's the outro music? There it is. We don't really care about Facebook or Instagram.
Nah, man.
Those people and their mothers are. Nah, let me chill. And of course, we are also on.
What's that gonna be about the joke?
Yeah,
Yo, mama.
I was about to start street beef with Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, we're also on Spotify at Stack. We hope you guys have a spectacular weekend, or week rather,
Yeah.
and hope you had a spectacular weekend as well. Until next time, present out.
Don't work smart, man. Don't work hard.
Yeah,
Just figure out the system.
Exactly.